Hello there. Hey, Slice here, coming at you from the Great White North in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Buck 101 Fixed Blade Hunter. There we go. This particular knife manufactured in 2017. It wasn't until not too long ago that I didn't even know this knife was produced by Buck. I've known, of course, about the 110 for a long time, but I had no idea about the 101. They're in the box, of course, Buck's famous forever warranty. Then I discovered this by watching some knife reviews on YouTube. And I've wanted one, but they discontinued it in 2019, and I haven't been able to find one until yesterday. I went to a local shop once again who had some old stock that they had found sitting around for this one apparently 5 years, and it was in their case, so I purchased it. I actually went to the store specifically to look at one of the new 110 Pro Sports, because I haven't handled one yet, and I wanted to see if they had one, and they did. But then I saw this, so it was the only one they had. I said, I better grab it before someone else does. So here it is. Let's have a look. First, we'll look at the sheath. There's Buck stamped into the leather. This is a friction fit sheath. The sheaths, of course, are made in Mexico. It's still very high quality leather sheath here, wrap around stitching and rivets on this one. What I did notice is there's no model number stamped into this sheath. Most of my other leather Buck sheaths have the model number stamped into them. Not sure why this one doesn't, but it doesn't. So, not going to worry about it too much. Let's see. We'll put the knife in there. And it does hold it very securely. I wouldn't worry about that knife coming out of there at all. So let's look at the knife now. As you can see, it is a fixed blade 110. Basically, the 101 is the fixed blade 110. Full tang. Nice. This is the Macassar ebony diamond wood. So it is a laminate wood handle. As you can see, I love that wood grain. Beautiful. The brass pins. There's the brass bolster. And of course the clip point 420HC blade. Characteristic of the Buck 110, also the 112 Foley Hunters. There's the tang stamp with the date stamp, 2017 on this one. And it is noticeably lighter than the 110 folder I have here for comparison. That obviously is because the brass is so dense. This is the full brass frame on this. The bolsters are brass. The frame of the knife is brass. Adds a lot of weight. But if we hold these up side by side, you can see the profile. One disappears behind the other. See, if I held that like that, you wouldn't even know there's two knives there. I think that's pretty cool. Another obvious difference here, because it is fixed blade, there is no nail nick on the blade. It kind of took me a minute to notice that, actually. I admit, I was like, hey, something doesn't look right. It was the fact that the nail nick is missing on this one. Well, it's not missing, it just has no need to be there. Here we can see this edge bevel. Looks very nice from the factory. I love the clip point. It's actually quite sharp on its own. So let's put these two on the scale and see just exactly how they do compare in weight, because I have no idea at the moment. So right now we're in ounces, and we know the folder 7.3. 4.9, yeah, so quite a significant difference in weight, absolutely. All the weight is all in the handle on this one. If you tried to balance that past the bolster, no way. Halfway down the handle. This one, right behind the bolster. So the weight is a little bit more forward on this knife. All the weight is in the back, bottom part of this knife, so. Let's just put that one away. And we'll change the units on here to grams. If I could find it. There it is. 141 grams. Let's see what it is with the sheath. 190 ounces. That equals 6.7. So even in the sheath, this knife is still lighter than the 110 on its own. The 110 with the sheath, over half a pound. Let's look at some other dimensions, shall we? Blade stock on this, 0.12 inches, and that should be about 3 millimeters. Yep, there we go. Of course, that hollow grind right behind the edge, less than a millimeter, super thin. The handle, 13.7 millimeters wide, just over half an inch, 0.53. Let's see what I'm curious what the width of the handle is on the 110. So that was just over half an inch. It is a little bit thicker. I think that's because of the brass frame, the liners. Just adds that little extra width. Yeah, so there you go, 15 mils wide. Once again, 13.6. So very slight difference, but still a slimmer handle. But the overall length is the same. Eight inches. 3 3/4 on the blade itself. Now, of course, I don't really have to demonstrate the sharpness of a buck out of the box, but I'm going to anyhow. Clean, clean cut. You can see that just slides right through that paper. The Buck 101 Fixed Blade Hunter. There you have it.